What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 227 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks. And joining me, as always, is Matt Gaming.
Why'd you fucking speed run that, bud?
I didn't. Did I? I wasn't.
You were spitting like, insert blank rapper's name right there.
Oh, I was doing like that Eminem rap god part at the end.
Who is Eminem?
I never heard of him. Anyway, let's start the show.
Is he in the database? Can we sign him?
Is Eminem in the database? I don't think Eminem's in the database.
We gotta put him in. We gotta.
I was gonna say, at what point do we get to like enough to where we're just inserting celebrities into the database that we want to use?
Whenever you want to make a story around it, I guess. I have no problem with doing
That's fair.
that.
That's fair.
Like if you wanted 99, who was big in 99?
I don't know.
If you wanted to fight like Dave Grohl, the Food Fighters.
Okay, that's good to know.
or Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
All right, let's get into the fucking show, Chad. Chad, Butterbean and Lanny Poffo got a 58.
Yes, it did.
Butterbean wins in 6:16 in the pre-show.
For Butterbean.
It did better than this fucking match.
Got a 57 and a pre-show bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Steve Corino and AJ Styles defeat Shannon Moore and Minoru Suzuki. Oh, poor Suzuki. When AJ Styles pins Suzuki with a Styles clash.
Busting out the clash on the pre-show? Fucking stuff.
Yes.
Crazy boy. All right, Chad, let's go.
We start the show with a promo. Ahmed is in the ring and he's hyping up his match against Taz. And he says, everyone's hyping up the Universal Champion versus the ECW Champion. And I am excited for this match because I am excited to show that here on Thunder, this is where the best of the best wrestle. And I am the world champion of the show, and I've put this brand on my back since I've been here, representing every single week. And I'm looking forward to taking on Taz. I think Taz is the best ECW has to offer, and I'm the best Thunder has to offer. And me and Taz are a lot alike, and I'm real excited to get in there and step in with somebody who I have a great deal of respect for. Taz comes in, and he says, "First of all, Ahmed, me and you, we're absolutely nothing alike. So get that straight real quick." He says, "I'm the ECW champion, and I've been the ECW champion for a long time. And unlike you, Ahmed, I became ECW champion kicking ass and taking names and not hiding behind a faction, not hiding behind anybody. See, Ahmed, one of the things that you may not know about me is I'm an absolute stone cold killer." Says, "The reason why I didn't come to WCW along with a lot of the other people who used to work for this company is because I liked having the ability to injure and hurt people whenever I wanted to. And I can't do that here on Thunder. The only reason why I'm here is because my company was bought. And unlike WCW, who doesn't have to work for anything because you got a big fancy network, we've had to fight tooth and nail every single week to get our brand out there. And just when we are finally making progress, what happens? Ed Turner buys us, and now we're here. But I'm going to make the most of the situation, Ahmed, and I'm going to step in that ring, and I'm going to kick your ass, and I'm going to take your title, and I'm going to let everyone know that we are not similar. We couldn't be more different, because I'm the human suplex machine. I'm Taz. And you, Ahmed, you're nothing but a little whiny bitch." Jericho's music hits. And he says, Gentlemen, I couldn't help but overhear we mentioned, I heard the words ECW and bitch using the same sentence. So I figured this would be the time for me to step in and give my perspective on the situation going on right now. You see, Ahmed, Universal Champion. You're not the first Universal Champion. I am. But you are the champion, Taz, ECW champion. I worked for ECW once a long time ago. So I think I know you both pretty well, and let me just say this, okay? It doesn't matter what any of you are saying. It doesn't matter, Ahmed, what you think. Taz, it doesn't matter what you think, because at the end of the day, Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, This is what Thunder is all about. I am the future of this brand and this company and this sport. And at the pay-per-view, at Barely Legal, Inner Circle is going to send all of the ECW people back to the bingo halls, all of the community centers, all of the VFW halls where they can go throw each other into chairs and get concussions. It's gonna be great, and I am going to put this brand on the map. And Ahmed, I'm gonna get back my world championship. And they all argue, and then Taz says offers to whoop Jericho's ass in the main event, and Jericho, who might have got caught up in the moment, accepts. But like the second he says I accept, he realizes what he just said, and he starts to look a little scared. Taz Jericho in the main event.
Taz and Jericho. What could go wrong there?
Could go wrong there.
Start off with Jushin Thunder Liger against RVD, Chad.
Yes, this is Jushin Thunder Liger's last night in WCW. So, I thought, what better way than to give him a match? Because I like Jushin Liger. I'm mad he left, but I don't want to give him the Eddie treatment. He didn't really screw me over as bad as Eddie. I had big plans for him, but
you didn't even give Eddie a chance. He just left.
Right, exactly. So I wanted to give Rob Van Dam. Yeah, exactly. Jushin Liger, I think the situation's different. But anyway, RVD versus Jushin Thunder Liger. It got a 73. And decent match. Rob Van Dam defeats Jushin Liger with a frog splash. And you know what? There is a thank you Liger chant from the crowd.
Look, Jushin is just trying to, cement his legacy as the greatest cruiserweight ever. And he's just going to different companies just to prove that. That's all that is.
Sure. You know what? And I hope he does.
No bad blood to WCW. So
no bad blood. No bad blood from on our end either.
But he did lose to RVD, and he got an 80 though.
That bitch Ultimo Dragon. That's a whole nother story.
That piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. Backstage, Ric Flair is hyped up. He says, "Woo! There's some karaoke going on backstage, and I'll tell you what, the Nature Boy sang it up." He said, "I'll tell you what, I sang 'We Are the Champions' by Queen. The Nature Boy is the champion, and I'm the best." And then Diamond Dallas Page shows up, and he says, "Rick, I'm on Thunder now, and I don't know what better way to cement to cement a new start in a new brand than challenging the man. So Rick, this is me challenging you to a title match at Barely Legal." And Diamond and Ric Flair says, "Woo! I'll tell you what, Diamond Dallas Page, I respect you a lot. If you want to fight me, the man, I think you need to show me that you're worthy. I'll tell you what. I'm going to set up a match for you next week. I'm going to talk to Sylvester Stallone. If you win, I'll give you a shot at my championship at Barely Legal." That happened.
There we go. All right. Dean Malenko LaParca, Chad.
Speaking of people who want a shot at Ric Flair, Dean Malenko comes out. And in a great match, Dean Malenko defeats LaParca in 12:28 with a Texas Cloverleaf.
Decent little match right there. Dean Malenko, 71.
Yeah.
He's been on a tear lately, Chad.
Yes, he's been on a tear.
All right.
We're very impressed with his work. We go backstage to the aforementioned karaoke going on backstage. Juventud Guerrera is hosting karaoke. Jeff Psychosis is in the background. He's working a snack bar. He's got pancakes. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. And he's making hand over fist and money, dishing out food. Juventud's doing a hardcore ballad that's just crushing. Shark Boy and the Hurricane show up, and they want to do some karaoke too. So they start doing some songs, and they're all going, and then the Inner Circle show up, and they ruin the fun. They're like, "What the hell is going on back here?" And and Shark Boy's like, we're just singing some karaoke, brother. And the Inner Circle's like, well, we are trying to prepare for our match at Barely Legal, and we can barely hear ourselves talk over the horrible singing coming from this room. And Bart Gunn says, and these pancakes suck. And Chef Psychosis leaps over the snack bar. He waltzes over. He looks Bart Gunn right in the face, and he says, pancakes don't suck. And Juventud Guerrera says, and the karaoke didn't suck. Shark Boy and the Hurricane say, how about we settle this in a karaoke battle? And they grab microphones and they challenge them to a battle of ballads. And in the Inner Circle, they're not having it. And Lance Storm says, how about instead of singing, we go in the ring and we fight? The four of you, this is the four of us. And they go, what do you say? And the four, Shark Boy, Hurricane, Juventud, and Chef Psychosis, they all think about it. And Chef Psychosis responds by throwing pancakes at them. He just picks up an entire stack of pancakes and throws them at the Inner Circle. And then Juventud Guerrera takes maple syrup bottles and sprays them with it. And then Shark Boy and the Hurricane take the plates and hit him over the head with it. And they start brawling, brother. We go to commercial. And then we come back, and there's a 4-on-4 tag team match. And in that match, Lance Storm, Mike Barton, and the Face of Fear defeated Psychosis, Juventud, and Shark Boy and Hurricane when Mang pinned Shark Boy.
Oh, with a Tongan death grip. Got a 69.
Tongan death grip. Nice.
Chef Psychosis, 75. Best guy in the ring.
Of course he was. Of course.
But after the match, Chad. Oh, this ain't
after
over.
the match.
This ain't over.
Yeah, after the match, Mang and Barbarian are celebrating. They're lifting their tag team titles high. And they said, we are the best tag team on Thunder. And then New Jack and Cronus come out, the ECW tag team champions. New Jack says, I heard there was a bitch here named Mang who thought he was a badass. And Mang is in the ring. And he's like, who? You talking to me? And New Jack's like, that's right, I'm talking to you. And he gets in the ring and he says, my name's New Jack, and I'm the craziest motherfucker in wrestling. And Mang gets in his face, and it looks like there's gonna be a stare down. And Mang and Barbarian, they just straight up say, how about we fight right now? And Cronus says, how about for both tag team titles? And New Jack says, now that's a fucking awesome idea.
Whoa.
Are you guys...
He dropped the F-bomb. Oh,
yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, goddamn. And they just start brawling. And I think the match is made on the fly. We're going to get the ECW Tag Team Championship versus the Thunder Tag Team Champions right here, right now, brother.
All right, then we move on to that match indeed.
And it's got a 69.
Nice.
And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd and Subpar Wrestling, the Faces of Fear defeat Cronus and New Jack in 9:37 when Mang submitted New Jack with a Tongan death grip.
Wow, Mang, 2 for 2 tonight, boys.
2 for 2. And the Faces of Fear defend the WCW World Tag Titles, and they win the ECW Tag Titles.
Damn, what a night for Mang and the Barbarian.
We go backstage, and the announcer says, well, that was some crazy tag team action. And speaking of tag teams, Rey Mysterio and Buff Bagwell, former tag team champions in your own right. And we haven't seen you guys around a lot. What's been going on? And Rey says, me and Buff, we had a hard time getting on the same page. And we've spent the last few weeks, clicking and doing things, hanging out, and just trying to get back on the same page and get back our tag team titles. Right, Buff? And Buff says, yeah, of course, Ray, I needed to know that Ray and I are on the same page. And so, Ray, I spoke to Sylvester Stallone, and I asked, hey, can you book my buddy Rey Mysterio in a match? I want to see how he's looking. We haven't really done a lot since we lost the tag titles, and I want to make sure, that there's no ring rust. I want to make sure that you're over the loss psychologically. And Ray says, Buff, you're the one that got pinned for the titles. Like, fine. He says, but yeah, you should, whatever. But I asked if we could set this up, and he said yes. So Rey, I have a match for you tonight, and your opponent, I really think if you can beat him, maybe then we'll be ready to go for the tag team titles. And he says, all right, Buff, well, who am I wrestling? You know, Rey, I think to really see if you're a champion, it's better if we just go out there and wing it.
All right.
See when you're out there. Rey says, all right.
And here we go to that match indeed is Sid Vicious.
Yes, and in a decent match, one half of the Global Tag Team Champion, Sid Vicious, comes out. And in a decent match, Rey Mysterio defeated Sid Vicious in 12:50 by pinfall with a springboard hurricanrana.
Wow, good for Rey Mysterio coming out and beating
Rey Mysterio picking up a big win over a champion.
Sorry. We move on to the main event, actually, Chad.
Oh, wow, and now we're at the main event. And I got a 73.
Yeah, well.
Which, you know. Yeah, well. And a decent match. Taz defeats Chris Jericho in 1812 by disqualification. You see, here's what happened, Justin. Go ahead and go to the next angle.
Okay. You can continue talking.
Yes, well, Ahmed was ringside.
What the fuck?
Ahmed was ringside. Ahmed was, this fucking shit the bed.
Yeah, New
Nice.
Jack in your main event, brother. Well, this shit the bed.
So-
I wonder why.
So Ahmed was at ringside watching this all unfold, and he watched the match. And then Jericho, right when it looked like Taz was about to win, the Inner Circle run out, and they start jumping. Oh, not all of the Inner Circle, just Megan Barbarian. You know, coming off of the high of the tag team titles, they come out, they start beating up Taz. Bell rings, Ahmed gets in the ring. They start beating up Ahmed too. It's just the three on two numbers game is just too much. And then all of a sudden, New Jack comes out and he grabs a microphone and he says, "Hey, Chris Jericho, Inner Circle." And he looks over and he says, "I'll see you at the pay-per-view. I'm the fifth guy." And he runs in and he just starts clobbering away with steel chairs.
Okay. What the fuck is what is going on here on Thunder? Thunder is such a weird show right now, Chad.
A good show.
Yeah. All right. Let's finish the show here. 73. Lost popularity in 17 regions.
Yikes. Yeah. Not great, but
No, not at all.
you know, as Jericho did okay.
Jericho had only a 69. Your highest in-ring performance tonight was Jushin Liger in your opener.
Yeah. That should have main evented.
It would have got a 73. It would have been the same fucking rating, buddy. All right, Chad, that was episode. You'll figure it out, bud. You'll figure it out.
You know what? I'm happy with the results. You know, whatever.
It's not about the numbers. It's about the stories you're telling.
Exactly.
Unless you lose your TV deals, then you have nowhere to
I
tell.
think, you know, a little bit behind the curtain, Thunder already lost its TV deal, so who cares?
I
Remember
forgot
that?
about that. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
I mean, Thunder already lost its TV deal, so who cares?
Who are we fucking showing this to then?
A good thing I bought. Well, I mean, we still have it for a while, but I mean, did we buy the rights to ECW television?
We did not.
I'll just bring everything over to ECW.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was episode 227, Chad. Send them home.
Yes, it was. Goodbye, everyone.